Hello and welcome to another edition of Tuesdays with the Disability Policy for All. Today I have the great fortune to be talking to Nicole LeBlanc, who is the Advocacy Director at the Green Mountain Self-Advocates in Vermont. So welcome, Nicole.
Glad to be on your show.
The first, we'll be talking to her about the ABLE Act, which we have talked about in the past, which stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience, but we haven't ever talked to a self-advocate, so this should be an interesting time. So again, welcome.
Glad to be here.
The first question is, I know the ABLE Act means a lot to you, and you are involved in implementing the law in Vermont. Can you tell me why it's important to you?
Because the reason why the ABLE Act is important to me is it's important that people with disabilities be able to save money without losing benefits. One thing I see a lot in Vermont is that, parents and providers sometimes will restrict the hours people work or stop people from working because they're afraid of losing the Social Security, the Medicaid. And another reason why the ABLE Act is important, it's important that we should all be able to save for our future. $2,000 is not enough to live on, or even $5,000 if your state like Vermont has Medicaid for working people with disabilities. It's not enough to survive on.
Okay,
As cost of living goes up, health care, things that aren't covered by Medicaid like Reiki, acupuncture, chiropractic care, cranial sacral therapy.
what's Reiki?
It's a thing that makes you relax. It's alternative medicine to help relax, relieve anxiety, insomnia.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, how do you think other advocates in Vermont can get involved in advocating for implementation of the ABLE Act?
Well, in Vermont we have an ABLE Act task force that was set up as part of the legislation that passed, and it's being led by the treasurer and her policy wonk, Tim. Beth Pierce is our treasurer. Because Vermont is such a small state, we're not going to be able to open our own ABLE program. We're looking at combining with all of New England. Recently, June 8th of this year, we had an ABLE Summit where we invited the DD Council people and treasurers and other people from other states in New England to figure out how to go about the process of implementing this and looking at having two account options. One would be an investment type option, another would be like more of a transactional / savings account where you just save money like you do in a regular savings account.
Okay.
And
Would the usage involved? Would the Vermont usage involved?
no, just us and the DD Council are the primarily have been the leads on this.
Okay.
Vermont Developmental Disabilities Council, Kirsten Murphy is our executive director of the DD Council.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, besides the ABLE Act, what are one or two public policy issues, either on the state level in Vermont or on the national level, that you like to advocate for?
Well, there's the Disability Integration Act, and then there's the new bills that are out on improving the ABLE Act, and then there's the legislation that passed last year, Every Student Achieves Act, where we pushed hard for the 1% cap on alternative assessments and talked about the need that we need to have high expectations for all students.
And why did you pick the Disability Integration Act? Why is that important to you?
Because I would love to see all institutions and all day programs closed. I want to see everybody have individualized services. I want to see Medicaid become an entitlement, home and community-based services. You know, living in the community should be an entitlement. It doesn't make sense and it's not fair that, oh, it's an entitlement to live in an institution, but it's not an entitlement to live in the community. You know, when we all live in the community and we have diversity in our community, everybody wins.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about policies that I missed?
And one other thing that's important is improving healthcare and training doctors on how to take care of people with disabilities and to provide high quality healthcare. Vermont and the DD Council, we're in the process of an innovation grant looking at designing a curriculum for care coordinators on basic competencies like presumed competence, dignity of risk. And in 2015 we did a planning grant to look at what are the challenges that the disability community faces when accessing healthcare and what solutions and what tools there are out there to support us.
Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions about this or any other policy issues, please go to the AUCD webpage and look for this week's In Brief. And if you have any questions or comments about this week's Tuesdays with Liz, please leave them in the space below. Thank you and have a nice day. And thanks again, Nicole.
Nice that we could do this in person.
Bye.